to be in a jar, in a jar, in a jar, in a jar. ASMR, 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 ASMR. Be in a jar. ASMR, 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 ASMR. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to go for more of a lo-fi vibe and kind of tour you around my set. Bear with me because I'm still getting used to multitasking and frankly just lo-fi in general. Not having the mic is kind of weird. So it's even weirder when you're holding the mic, the camera, and doing triggers at the same time. So bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. It might be a little messy at times, but that's okay, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. So yeah, my set is basically just my shelving unit here. I've got more shelves up above, but we are not going to be showing those today because they are very messy. So when they are organized, they will definitely be shown off. But yes. So I kind of went with this motif of getting a bunch of glass jars from Value Village and filling them with these cute little candles, candles. I picked up the candles from Fred Meyer. They are so cute. I love the fake candles that actually look melted. They just give a really nice aesthetic and they give really nice little low light as well. Some of them actually smell nice too, which is really cool. They've got like a vanilla scent, so it does make the room smell nice. So yeah, my shelves are just kind of decorated with all sorts of things. I haven't really done a whole lot of organizing of them in a while, so they're a little all over the place, but I like to go for a different theme if I can for each shelf. Right here I've got my cute little, my Totoro cat bust. My mom got this for me a few years ago for Christmas. It's adorable. It comes with a little Totoro inside. I love it. This is the man, the myth, the legend, the actual bee in a jar, which is kind of hard to see him in there. He's kind of like falling apart over time. It's like I can't even get a really good shot of him. He's like kind of covered up and hidden by the moss. But yeah, if you want to learn more about that guy, he's in my first video. His story. I've got here a little King Tut that my partner got for me when he went on a trip to Egypt. Got the actual little mummy in here. Creepy. I love it. So I've got a few books here. These guys are ones I've been collecting over the last several years, and I have only read 2 of them on this shelf. So I have The Catcher in the Rye, which is one of my favorites. I absolutely love that book. And then Marley and Me is hidden down there, and that's another really good one. Always a sad read, but it's also just very heartwarming. As for the rest of them, they are on my list. I will read them at some point. My partner was so sweet. A few Christmases ago, he got me The Catcher in the Rye, To Kill a Mockingbird, and Lord of the Flies, because he said those are all classics that I should have read by now, and he is right. Catcher in the Rye was my first pick, and I'm so glad it was because it was amazing. And then, yeah, I don't know what the next book I'm going to read is. I'm currently reading Christine by Stephen King, but I haven't picked it up since last April, so I don't really know when I'm going to start reading it again. Next on the list after that should be 1984, because that's very prevalent right now, so we will see. We'll mosey on up here. This is a paper mache lamp that I've had since I was very small. Pretty sure this was in my nursery when I was a kid, and it is so nostalgic. I just remember for years this beautiful little moon looming over me in my sleep. That sounded so creepy the way I said that, and looming over me, but you know, in a comforting way, the moon looking out for me. But I love this lamp so much. It's so cute. It's definitely suffered a lot of abuse over the years because, you know, it's a little bit flimsy, but that's okay. It's so pretty though, just very nostalgic and calming. So I figured it would be a good lamp to throw into these videos in the background. I've got a little sad skeleton here. I think I saw this at Michael's. They always have really good sales after like Halloween of like their gothic decor and all that, and usually I'm not one to buy like, you know, tchotchke like decor and all that, but this one was just speaking to me. I really liked it. I've got my other candle over here, my other little candle, my candle. I think this is the one that actually smells like vanilla. It smells very nice. I've got a bunch of rocks surrounding it. It's another thing I love to collect. It's just cool looking rocks. I'm no geologist, so I mostly don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to rocks, but I know a cool looking rock when I see one. This is actually a rare exception. I did not find this. This was given to me by one of my friends a while ago, but it's a trilobite or trilobite. I don't know how you pronounce it for sure, but very old, very, very, very old fossil. Pretty cool. I also love little boxes, little boxes, little boxes, little boxes, little boxes, little boxes. This one was my grandmother's little jewelry chest. I think this one was, I don't remember if that was for my grandma as well or if that was like my mom's. I can't remember. And then this one is just like a newer one that I got. I can't remember when that was. It was probably when I was like 10 or something, but I always loved storing stuff in little boxes and little boxes, little boxes. I've got some more books hiding back here. These are more like my fantasy books, but mixed in is Atomic Habits, which was recommended to me. So I'm definitely going to give that a read at some point, at some point, at some point. So if we mosey on over here to the shelf, to the shelf, to the shelf, you'll see the Stephen King shrine in all its glory, in all its glory. Go ahead and take a guess at how many books I've read on this shelf. It's 2. It's only 2. It's only 2. It's only 2. It's only 2. I actually only read, I believe, the longest book on the shelf being It's, and the shortest being The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. Everything else in between I will get to. But in the meantime, it's just fun to collect these books, because I know I'm really gonna enjoy them, because I've seen like all of the movie adaptations of these, and I'm so looking forward to the books. Because the thing about me with books and movies is I typically really like to watch the movie first so that I don't ruin the experience of watching the movie after reading the book and being like, man, this is a really terrible adaptation. And so I like to watch the movie first and then read the book and be like, okay, I can view them as 2 separate things. So I will get there with these books at some point. I've got a bunch of little fun collectible Christine things here. This is actually a little garage diorama that my parents got. They put it on my birthday cake last year. They've always done like little setups on my birthday cake, like little dioramas, little scenes, and they're so creative. I love seeing what they do with them. I love that I can, be 22 years old and they're still doing this. It's amazing. I love it. So they had like the little garage set up on the cake. They had the clean version of Christine here set up as well, being worked on. And then we mosey on over here to the bulldozer. They had this adorable little bulldozer that they put on the cake as well. So cute. And then they had the burnt version of the car. They had the burnt version of the car. It was so cool. I love that. I love that so much. I love that so much. So yeah, I've got my beautiful hardcover first edition of Christine back here, just a little collectible item. Another little Christine in her plastic here. As you can tell, I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if you can tell. I really like Christine. I really like Christine. I really like it. I really like it. I really like it. Got a little pin from the movie. Shitter. In the Stephen King font. Love that. And then I've got my lanyard, or keychain, I guess, of Darnell's Auto Wrecking. The garage. So if we flutter down a shelf, you're gonna see all of my comic books. And the rare exception between my books and my comic books is I have read all of my comics. All of my comics have been read. There's not a single one that has been unturned. So I've got a few little collections here. The Sandman comics by Neil Gaiman are really good. I've only got a few of those though. I don't know how many there are, but this was back when I was like 12 to 15 and I would spend so much time at the comic book store just loading up on volume after volume. I always preferred to do that rather than the singular issues, just so I could keep them better protected. Then I've got the American Vampire comics back here. These are some of my absolute favorites. They're so good. The Walking Dead ones are hidden back there. I've got up to like volume 12 of The Walking Dead, but then I just kind of lost interest over time. And plus it gets expensive, it's like $20 for a volume, $20 for a volume. I've got my Kick-Ass comics here. My Kick-Ass comics. It's a long story, but my entire family was very obsessed with everything Mark Miller for a very long time. So I was super into Kick-Ass from the comics to the movie, and you know, everything in between. But anything that Mark Miller has done was a huge obsession for me growing up, especially like Kingsman and all that. One of his other comics here, Super Crooks, is another really good one. I've got a book back here, a book back here, a book back here, a book back here. That's all of the artwork from his series of comics, because he's kind of got like his own franchise going, his own franchise. And he's done a whole bunch of really cool series. I've got a little remote control car here. This was also in relation to Kick-Ass, to Kick-Ass, to Kick-Ass. If you've seen that movie, like it's been a really long time since I've seen it. It's very cheesy. It's just a cheesy superhero movie, but it's kind of like one of those first like real world superhero movies, I guess, where like, you know, the real consequences of what would happen if you just decided you wanted to become a vigilante. It's a fun movie though. I enjoy it. Still very nostalgic for me. And I love the car from the movie. One of the characters was named Red Mist, and he had the Mistmobile. And yeah, I got this little remote control car that looked very similar. Just a Mustang, just a Mustang, just a Mustang. I'm not even sure if he drives a Mustang in the movie, but I like this little car, this little car, this little car. And of course I've got another little jar back here, another little jar, little jar, little jar, little jar. And if we mosey on down to the very bottom shelf, we have my record collection, my record collection, my record collection, my record collection, my record collection. This isn't even all of them. They are scattered all about currently, but I've got a bunch of fun ones in here. I try to categorize these. These are like a lot of my very old school stuff, so I've got everything from like the 40s to 50s to 60s to 70s to 80s kind of lined up. 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And then over here are going to be some more of like my favorites, more collection ones. You know, I've got my Pink Floyd records. I've got Steely Dan, Blue Oyster Cult, The Cars, more of like my collector stuff. So I think that's all I've got for you today, just showing a couple of those shelves off. Let me know what you guys think of doing more lo-fi videos like this. It's pretty fun to be able to move around and just kind of find new things along the way instead of being like stuck in place. I like having a balance, doing something new every day. So let me know if you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys did. And wherever you are in the world, you're having a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, or night. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. So much for watching. And until we meet again.